Hello, welcome back to another video. It's Rony Saha and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to do another quick review really quickly because I'm really ill and I'm not able to talk properly in front of camera or in front of anyone. So let's get into the review. And the deck that I'm going to review today is GEMINI Casino playing cards. This playing cards is, I've been using this playing cards from the last 7 or 8 months. Like I've been using the unanchored deck for the last 6 or 7 months. Yeah, I bought those decks together with these. You can check that unanchored review video here. So let's check out how these decks perform as a regular deck of playing cards. So the number one point is the tuck case. As you can already see the tuck case. It is pretty standard and it looks like one of those Jerry's Nuggets playing cards. The chicken nuggets, Jerry's Nuggets playing cards. The design is kind of like those, and you can open the pip of the outer layer of the tuck case, the plastic cover from here, and it's pretty basic while opening. So let's keep it here. The deck has a seal. There is only 3,000 pieces made, custom made of these decks. So let's open the seal, open this green seal, and see how is the tuck case all over. So here's the tuck case. As you can see the look, this is basically the back design, as you have already guessed, and I feel there is nothing fancy about this back design, so that's why I'm going to give this tuck case a 3 out of 5. Now let's get into the next point, which is the back design. Let's take out the cards and let's take out these two extra cards and keep this aside, and I'll check them out later in the last portion of the video, so please stay until that. And let's take out the back design of the deck. As already seen in the tuck case, the back design is basically this, which looks really gorgeous because the color scheme is really great and it matches with my t-shirt. That's why basically I wore this t-shirt. The color is a little bit different, but yeah, basically it's green and it's also green. The shade of it is a little bit different, but I absolutely love the golden on green color scheme. It looks really fabulous. It has a kind of elegant vibe to it, and it doesn't give a cheap feeling because the casino name might give you a wrong idea of the deck, but it absolutely looks fabulous, the back design. But because there is no hidden details in the back design, I'm not going to give this back design a huge score. I'm going to give this back design a 3.5 out of 5. Now let's get to the next point, the third point, which is the front design, which basically is a combination of the jokers, the aces, the face cards, and the number cards. So as you can see, the jokers, they are pretty basic. I'm not going to explain about them a lot because they are very lazy, to be precise, and I don't like them at all because the jokers don't have any speciality about them. They are just two thumbs. And now let's see the aces. Here's the ace of spades. Here are the other aces. So you can see basically all the aces are pretty basic. Even the ace of spades doesn't look that special except that extra layer outside the ace. And yeah, they are pretty basic, so I'm not going to explain about them a lot more. Let's keep it here. Now okay, the face cards are here, and as you can see, the face cards the design is pretty standard. The drawings are like every other bicycle deck, but the color scheme is the difference. As you can see, the color scheme is really consistent with the deck's theme color. You can see some shades of green and gold on the face cards, and that's why I like this color scheme at least. But I can't praise a lot more other than that because everything other than the color scheme is pretty standard and basic. So now let's come to the last point of the front design, which is the number cards. And as you can see, there is nothing special to them. They are absolutely basic. You can't tell that these are custom made playing cards or these are special playing cards. These look like bicycle standard playing cards, except the color of the red suits is a little bit deeper. That's it. That's the only difference. So they are pretty standard. The front design is pretty standard, and I'm not going to brag about them a lot more. So basically, I'm going to give the deck's front design a 3 out of 5. Now let's come to the next point, the fourth point, which is handling. I've been using this deck for the last 6 or 7 months, and I can say these are pretty great to handle. But if you have used bicycle standards, then you might not feel any more difference, because these are pretty standard in handling. As you can see, I have just opened the deck and they shuffle really good. They need some time to get broken in, but I should say that these are much better than the unanchored when they get opened. But in durability, in long term, the unanchored perform much more smoothly rather than the GEMINI casino decks. You can use them and see if it's different for you, but at least for me, they are pretty standard. I would suggest to buy bicycle standards rather than buying GEMINI casino deck. So yeah, that is my only point. Obviously they will fan smoothly because the deck is completely new. Yeah, right out of the deck, these are a great deck of cards. So if you are willing to perform a magic trick after opening a brand new sealed deck, these decks might help you. But these deck doesn't have any gaff cards, so just be aware with it. Yeah, let's do a water bend. I tried to do a water bend in the unanchored deck, but I couldn't do it, so I cut out the part in that video. Let's try doing a water bend. They perform really well right out of the box, and that's why I am giving them a 3.75 out of the 5. Now let's come to the last point, but not the least, which is price. And again, the price of this deck is ridiculous. In India, it is priced at around 1200 to 1500 rupees, which is, I think, is ridiculous. And that's why I'm going to give this pricing a 1.5 out of 5, because I think this deck should be priced at a maximum of 700 to 800 rupees at a maximum. Now let's come to the last part, which is the extra cards. And in this case, there is an extra card, and I don't know exactly, but I think this is the casino where these cards like that. If you know what this detail is, what this point is showing, please let me know in the comments, because I badly want to know that. I couldn't find anywhere what is that point exactly. The other extra card was this, an extra king of diamonds. That's it. I am going to give a 0.5 extra points because of these extra cards. So now let's conclude the review with the score, the final score this deck has. And after calculating all the denomination, addition, subtraction, summations, this deck is coming down to a 6.1 out of 10, which I think justifies this deck score, because this is a pretty average deck. If you are not interested in this color scheme that much, then you shouldn't go with this deck, because there is much better decks than this out there. And I bought this because I got an absolutely freaking huge bonus while buying these decks. That's why I bought them. And if you want to get those deals on other playing cards, then please comment down in this video, and I'll let you know where you can find these decks at an absolutely unbelievable price of lower than 1000 rupees and much lower than that. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.